Fleet Commander Thaxar reviewed the intelligence reports one final time as his massive dreadnought descended through the atmosphere of the primitive world designated Target 7. According to the Hegemony scouts, this backwater planet housed a species barely capable of crewed spaceflight, perfect for slave harvesting operations. Minimal technological resistance expected, his tactical officer reported with typical Krillian efficiency. Their most advanced weapons appear to be chemical propellant projectiles. No energy shields detected. Thaxar's mandibles clicked with satisfaction. After the costly campaigns against the Vegan Defense Coalition, the Hegemony desperately needed an easy victory to replenish their labor forces. These humans would provide excellent stock for the mining colonies. The first sign something was wrong came when the landing sites went silent. "Commander." His communications officer's voice carried an unfamiliar tremor. "Landing Zone Alpha has ceased transmission. All 7 transports. No response. Equipment malfunction." Thaxar dismissed. "Route the reserve forces to." The view screen exploded with incoming transmission requests from every remaining landing zone simultaneously. Panicked voices overlapped in a cacophony of terror and confusion. "They were waiting for us. Impossible weapons technology. How did they know our exact coordinates? The trees are fighting back." General Patricia Wells adjusted her camouflage netting and smiled grimly as another Krillian transport burned in the distance. 50 years of monitoring deep space communications had finally paid off. The moment humanity detected the Hegemony's scouting probes, every government on Earth had united under a single, terrifying purpose: preparation. "Alpha Team, report," she whispered into her throat mic. 7 transports down, General. The improvised plasma charges worked perfectly. Alien tech doesn't handle our surprise modifications well. Across the globe, similar scenes unfolded with clockwork precision. The aliens had expected to land on a world of scattered, primitive settlements. Instead, they found a planet that had spent decades turning every forest into a killing ground, every city into a fortress, and every human into a soldier. Captain Rodriguez watched from her concealed position as Krillian troops advanced through what appeared to be an abandoned suburb. They moved with the confidence of a species accustomed to easy conquests, their energy weapons held casually as they scanned for signs of cowering primitives. They never saw the shaped charges buried beneath every street, the sniper positions carved into every building, or the coordination network that tracked their every movement through hijacked orbital satellites. "Fire!" she whispered. The entire city block erupted in a symphony of destruction. Buildings collapsed in controlled demolitions, funneling the aliens into predetermined kill zones where human forces waited with weapons reverse-engineered from captured probe technology. What the Krillians had assumed were primitive projectile weapons were actually railguns powered by fusion cores hidden beneath every major population center. Aboard the flagship, Thaxar watched his invasion force disintegrate with growing horror. These weren't primitives, they were apex predators who had transformed their entire world into a trap. "How?" he demanded as casualty reports flooded in. Their technology readings showed decoys. His intelligence officer realized, his voice hollow. "Commander, I'm detecting massive underground installations across the planet. Military-grade manufacturing facilities. Orbital defense platforms disguised as communication satellites. They've been preparing for this invasion for decades." The final transmission came from Major Collins, broadcasting on all Hegemony frequencies from the wreckage of a Krillian command post. "Attention Hegemony forces." His voice was calm, professional, terrifying in its certainty. "You've made a critical miscalculation. Humanity didn't develop space travel because we were peaceful explorers. We developed it because we were looking for threats." Through the static, Thaxar could hear the sounds of human forces systematically dismantling his invasion fleet with weapons that shouldn't exist and tactics that defied every assumption about primitive species. "We've been watching the galaxy for 50 years, Collins continued. "We know about your empire, your slave worlds, your expansion patterns. We've been preparing for you specifically. The fleet commander's secondary hearts stopped as the terrible implication became clear. You didn't choose Earth as a target, the human voice concluded. We chose you. Welcome to the wrong world, alien. Humanity was waiting,